We had a cherry tree, and the deer have decided that it needed to be pruned. Well, the deer ate the hostas. But they didn't eat them all, but we're still gonna get flowers. Alrighty. Well, here I have found evidence of voles. These are vole tunnels. You've got vole tunnels kind of everywhere. That's okay. They live here, and we just got to figure out kind of how we're gonna work with that. This milkweed is just this bright, beautiful spot. And this hot pink echinacea is really, really pretty. This started blooming while we were away. I think this all looks really nice with the yellow yarrow. Look at the pink, that hot orange. Oh, they look like they're in the ground, but they're not. Oh, they are in the ground now.
Cut that pot off.
Whoops. Wow, look at these roots. Well then, they're growing fine. Wow, it's all the same plant. Hey, look at that. We actually have a tomato. I think this is the first one I've seen. Definitely didn't have any tomatoes before we left. I don't think. So we're not getting any cherries this year. This is a 4-in-1, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the deer apparently felt like it needed to be pruned. Especially these two have really set the growth back on them. I mean, they'll keep growing, but obviously we're not getting anything on that this year. It's a shame. Nothing we can do about it. Try to keep the deer away if we can and give these some room to hopefully grow. Ladybugs. So many. That's good. We missed out on the whole like aphid infestation. It's like they were coming before we left, and now the ladybugs are here and they've just taken care of it. We weren't even home, so we couldn't have done anything about it if we wanted to. We weren't here. But that's all right. We've got our friends, the ladybugs, in here. So many larvae. Look how big they get. Larvae here. It's kind of not in the sun. Where we go? There we are. I don't know if they'll see that. I don't know. We haven't had good luck with these blueberries. We keep moving them around. Some weeds in here too, but I'm just gonna let that go. Not in the space where I want to dive in and do a whole bunch of weeding right now. I just kind of want to see what things look like. We created a free guide for moments just like this. When you get home after being away and it feels like everything in the garden needs you immediately, I'll leave a link to that guide down in the description. It's not a checklist, it's just a simple, easy guide to help you reconnect and be comfortable with your gardening space. So here we had a nice patch of Rudbeckia, and the deer have cut it back for us. There was a time when I would get really, really angry and frustrated at the deer, where if I saw them outside near the garden, I'd run out and try to chase them away and things like that. The deer are gonna do what the deer are gonna do, and we just try to plant around that and work with them. When it comes to deer or any other kind of creatures in and around your garden, it's not about confrontation, it's about coexistence. It's about learning how to garden with all of the creatures that are also part of the space where you're gardening. So the deer have been jumping the fence into the vegetable garden, and they've been snacking on things. So in an effort to dissuade them from jumping over the fence. I'm gonna run this wire string around kind of the top part of these posts, which is just a little easy project to see what we can do about that.
Probably saying if they're getting firecracker sound, you should say it's 4th of July, so it's not like. This is gonna be it.
This wire is weak enough that it will break if they do put a lot of pressure on it. So hopefully this will just be enough of a deterrent to encourage them to go find some food elsewhere, and then they'll leave this alone entirely. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up the rest of this, and that'll be it. All right, so we have finished stringing the wire around the rest of the vegetable garden. Try to discourage the deer from jumping the fence. We've also added some twine hanging down from the wire as well. Again, hopefully so the deer will notice that and they won't try to jump the fence at all. In the dahlia bed, full sun, dahlias and other things, but mostly my dahlias this year. There are a lot of weeds too. It's like you go away for 10 minutes and all the weeds are like, hey, I'm here. Even a few years ago, coming home to this and what it looked like and kind of what it felt like, it would make me feel like, this is proof that I can't keep up with the garden. It's not possible, out of reach for me. But in truth, it's just the way the garden's gonna grow. And so, I'm actually gonna focus on, first of all, what is growing and what is making me happy. I mean, the dahlias are coming along nicely. I actually have a few that are blooming. Those are some of the ones that I started early, but the other ones are getting a good foothold and they're loving this hot weather that we've been having.
So I have learned to be better about embracing the garden. Even if I see some weeds popping up through the perennials or the deer have nibbled on something, the garden will continue to be a peaceful and relaxing place.
Top tip, when the weeds get really tall, they're actually easier to pull out. I mean, I'm 5'3", but when they're this tall, they're so easy to pull out, just like bink. Yeah, so we've got a little blue stem grass here, but I think just given the way, say, the mountain mint and the oregano in front of it are so tall, I think we're gonna need to move that. And then also the same thing with, we put this was a nice spot that we had for putting a rose in, but at least we might have to move this just because, again, it's a little bit too small for the other things that are around it, at least right now. I don't know, maybe if we moved it over just to like this spot and then it can fill out in here. I mean, it's okay there right now, I think. So yeah, so this oregano, which is, I don't know, massive. This came from a 6-pack of oregano from the garden center. And this is one cell of that 6-pack. And this is what you get a lot of oregano for those 6-packs. And we have a couple other that are as big as well around the other side, just from a simple 6-pack. I love the big blue stem. These are my favorites. And I love the color on this too. And it's perfect for the kind of like this corner of the garden as well. Our oak leaf hydrangea actually has a bloom on it. The deer eat the tips off of these in the fall and the winter, and this hydrangea blooms on old wood. So when the deer do that, we don't get any blooms the next year. That said, if the deer weren't eating this and it had all of those blooms, it wouldn't have the same look. I don't think we'd like the effect in the same way. It wouldn't be as nice if it was just completely covered with all those panicles. I like the oak leaf hydrangea for, getting to see these leaves and the texture in here. It's nice to see what it's like when it flowers, but I actually kind of like it like this. Look at this pretty yellow flower that came up in the weeds, and I have no idea what it is. But it's very pretty, so it can stay. Alrighty, so I've done a little bit of a walk around the garden, see what's growing, and everything's growing, which is great. And you know, it's nice to get away for a little bit and come back and see all the progresses that the garden's making in our absence, how it continues to do its thing even without our guiding hand. And sure, there are some weeds and some deer damage and that sort of thing, but that's going to happen whether we're here or whether we're not. And so, that's why we created the guide as well, to kind of help you reset yourself and feel more comfortable about getting back into the garden. It's not about making a checklist and a massive to-do list. The garden is still supposed to be that place where you can go and just be and just relax, enjoy the flowers, enjoy the vegetables that you're growing. And that's really all what this is about. Let me know down in the comments, have you gone away at all for the summer and come back? And what surprises have you seen in your garden? I would love to hear your stories as well. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all happy gardening.